Hello. I have no idea how to start this video. It's the curse of Twitter, I guess. You say you're going to see a movie, you say you're going to do a video about it, then you see the movie, you think you can say something about it, then you're in front of the camera and you have no idea what to say. Iron Man 2. Okay, let's talk about action movies in general and why it's so easy for them to suck. Because you have to admit most action movies aren't good movies, and it's not a miracle actually. It's a genre that's based around the idea that you can entertain the masses by blowing stuff up. This has worked well in some cases in the past, like Terminator 2 or maybe The Rock or Die Hard or something like that. But in general it's just so bad and with pathos and pretentious and everything. I don't like the genre. I prefer the parodies of it, like Hot Fuzz or Tropic Thunder or Kick-Ass. And the same goes for superhero movies. Spider-Man, okay, but not really great. Batman is something else, but with Christopher Nolan, you don't just get an action movie, you get a real thriller. And Iron Man 1, that was an interesting experience. It was a good movie, certainly, but I didn't think it was as good as everybody kept saying, because I thought it was tedious at times. The satire wasn't well worked out, and its best moments it had during the action sequences, which were way too short, and the swift self-irony about the superhero genre, not satire, the self-irony that the movie's aware that it's about a genuine superhero from a comic book from the 1960s, but that it doesn't take the franchise too seriously. And I got that in Iron Man 1, but that wasn't quite enough to make me laugh the movie. Now Iron Man 2, and I'll just start with saying it's better than Iron Man 1. All the comic geeks out there, they will hate me, they will strangle me for it. And yeah, I didn't read the comics, but I know something about movies, and I know a little something about action movies and when they entertain, when they're good, and when they're not. And this isn't a Michael Bay action movie. This is a movie that knows what it is and it does everything with it. I don't love it. It's like Iron Man 1. It's a good movie. It's a almost top-notch popcorn movie, I'd say. And the best part about it are following. Best parts are the following: the cast, action sequences, self-irony, and in parts the script. Let's say 3.5 points. Let me start with the cast. You got a brilliant Robert Downey Jr. He's so cool. I gotta tell you, that's coolness. You shouldn't be judging a movie by its coolness, but there we are. Robert Downey Jr. Perfect cast for Tony Stark, I guess. Like I said, haven't read the comics. But yeah, he's one of the factors that make this film truly memorable. Then Mickey Rourke, villain, Whiplash. That's something interesting. His character is so exaggerated by Justin Theroux, the co-author of Tropic Thunder. But he's exaggerated. He's funny. He's one hell of funny. But at the same time, you don't forget to take him seriously. He's a real threat to the world, to Iron Man, and that's hard to do. I respect that. The rest of the cast, well, I don't know. They sort of they go into the background. I think there are IMDb. Let's see. There's Don Cheadle replacing some other guy from the first movie whose name I've forgotten, playing Colonel James Rhodes. He's good, you know. Don Cheadle when he's in comedies or mainstream movies. He's good as always. We have Sam Rockwell as another villain. I thought that was a bit padded onto the movie. I don't think the Iron Man 2 would have needed Justin Hammer, but Sam Rockwell's okay, I guess. Gwyneth Paltrow is a bit... she's not wasted, but her character Pepper Potts is mostly in the background. She doesn't get too much screen time. Same for Scarlett Johansson, though she has a good action sequence to go through. Yeah, but the women are, yeah, what can I say? Women are, they're just there. They're not doing a great deal of things. And yeah, there's Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury of the Avengers, and that leads me to the script. Many people have complained that the script of Iron Man 2, it's a shameless build-up to the Avengers movie that comes out in 2012. And I had no problem with that. Like in Sherlock Holmes, I didn't mind that there's the sequel being built up. It's I thought it was a good way to pad this movie a bit. And yeah, how can you go wrong with Samuel L. Jackson? He's really cool. And overall, there's a great reference to the Avengers movie when Tony Stark is building something and some guy comes in and hands him the damaged shield of Captain America, and Tony Stark just looks at it and says, "Oh yeah, I needed that," and he just puts that under his machine he's working on. So yeah, that's Tony Stark. No respect, none at all. Yeah, that's cast and script. Yeah, maybe something more about the script. Like I said, the self-irony is definitely there. The self-irony is great in Iron Man 2. Mostly because of Robert Downey Jr., who's just, yeah, so cool as Tony Stark, but at the same time, yeah, his character is aware that he's a bit pathetic. He's a drinker, he's a narcissist, and everything. And yeah, I think the self-irony bit in Iron Man 2 is better than in the first part, because here we don't have this so-called satire that didn't work too well in part 1. So I think script-wise this is better than part 1. And the action sequences, I must say, I love pyrotechnics, because yeah, with computers and all the 3D you can do pretty much everything, but nothing beats good old-fashioned pyrotechnics when the Iron Men are flying around and shooting around. And yeah, it's very well made, it's entertaining, the scenes aren't too long, and yeah, had a good time. Is there anything else? Might have forgotten a point or two, but that's basically what I have to say about Iron Man 2, and hey, I managed to do a whole video about it. Anything else? Yeah, well, I was in a full cinema yesterday evening, and in the end I was the only one who sat through the credits, because I knew there must be something else about that Avengers movie. And there is something else, so sit through the credits please. It's a little scene, no action, no guest appearance, nothing, but it builds up to another action movie, superhero movie, directed by Kenneth Branagh, interestingly. And yeah, sit through the 10 minutes of credits or whatever, and see that post-credit sequence. And in general, go see Iron Man 2. It's a great movie. Oh, great. It's a good movie, good popcorn entertainment, and thank you, Jon Favreau, for a nice evening.